and my dear students. It's indeed a great pleasure for me to come and be with you, especially in your prayer, because I heard a lot about this school. Through many of my friends and also several people used to tell me, go and visit the school at Gudilova. I keep visiting schools because I get a lot of inspiration. And especially I see inspired students like you, we get more inspired and we definitely get a confidence that we are having a very good future. Not only for you, not only to your families, for the entire country, the Bharat, that is our India. In the last 2.5 months, I almost met 150,000 students. So I keep visiting schools. I do not go to any other places. I visit only the schools because you are the future of this nation. And if you all can come up well in your life, and if you get very good education, what you are getting here. I keep interacting with the faculty also, and also keep telling them what are the different things that are good things that are existing in different schools. Because as a police officer, we keep investigating so many cases, and also we keep meeting so many people. Whenever I come across such people who are side switch to that side. Yes, this is the silent one. Then I feel why these people are committing crime. That is a question which comes to me as a police officer. Because all of them also have gone to the schools, all of them also have received some sort of education, but why they are committing crime? This is a question that always I ask them and I also ask myself. When I analyze the answers I get, I feel that majority of the people in the society, they are getting literate, but they are not getting educated. There is a difference between literacy, getting literate, and getting educated. Literacy is what? You can read some alphabet, you can read some books. This is what is literacy. That means a person who has not studied or who is an illiterate, and you have just become literate. But now the question is, what is education? Because majority of the people are not getting educated. Then I started looking for the definition of education. The best definition what I got is the definition given by said about education is, when you forget everything what you have learned in schools and colleges, what remains with you is education. When you forget everything what you have learned in schools and colleges, what remains with you is education. Maybe after some years, you may not remember the Pythagoras theorem. After some days, you may not be remembering the trigonometry and other things. But what remains with you is the qualities which you have picked up in your life when you are a student, from the parents, from the teachers. Those are the values. So education is nothing but the values which you pick up during your school days or college days or even your childhood. That means your obedience, your discipline, your humbleness, your commitment to society, and the pride with which you see the country. So these are the values which you learn when you are a student in this school. So a person is getting educated means he is picking up all these values along with the literacy. The morning you see the way the prayer has been conducted here, the way you children are conducting yourselves, that speaks volumes about the values which you are inculcating in this great institution. These are the things which are going to remain with you throughout your life. Out of 100 people, if you are only alone, then we can definitely say he is the person, this boy, he is from the Vijnana Vihara Gudilova school, because you surpass others. You make yourself, you present yourself in a different manner because of the values what you are inculcating. So I am extremely happy the way the education is being imparted here. I am not talking about the literacy, the education what you are getting here. You are the lucky ones in this society. My endeavor is to see this type of group increases in this state. Students like you should be prepared from all the schools and colleges. Imagine a situation wherein the entire country have students like you. Then the country will be the best country in the world. That is what is my endeavor, to see that India becomes. My endeavor is to see that India becomes the best country. All the countries in the world should say a country should be like India, citizens should be like Indians. That should be our motto. That should be our goal, to serve the motherland. India has had a very great culture and it had got very good name in the world several years back. I mean, the person whom you are seeing on the stage, Swami Vivekananda, he made people know across the world what India was. Do you all know what he said in the 1893 speech on September 11? What happened was that the World Religious Conference was going on in Chicago in the year 1893. Several people from the world attended that function and they were asked to speak in that particular function. Swami Vivekananda got his chance to speak at 4 o'clock in the evening. Since morning, several speakers were speaking there. Every speaker was coming on to the podium and he was mentioning, ladies and gentlemen. They were addressing the crowd or the people who have come to that gathering as ladies and gentlemen. That means the people from all the countries, they recognize the people in the world based on their gender, like ladies and gentlemen. But the moment Swami Vivekananda stood up and he started speaking, he said, dear sisters and brothers of America. Then the people who were there in that meeting all stood up and started giving standing ovation for almost 10 minutes to Swami Vivekananda. Swami Vivekananda said only 4 words, dear sisters and brothers of America, that's all. But it reflected our culture, Indian culture. Indians do not see the people as ladies and gents, but Indians recognize everybody as members of their family. This is Indian culture. That is what Swami Vivekananda told to the entire world. Then the entire world woke up and said, such a great culture was there in India, and everybody started appreciating our culture. So what you are learning here is that culture. What you are learning here is that culture. Many of the people whom you think, they all had very good words about India. Do you know what Albert Einstein said about India? Albert Einstein said, the contribution made by Indians to the scientific world is unmeasurable. If Indians had not contributed their scientific contribution, all the innovations in the world would not have been there today. That is what Albert Einstein said about India. This is the culture and pride of India, and this is the contribution of India. I give you another example, another gentleman who praised India like anything. Do you know who is Oppenheimer? Oppenheimer. Anybody? Oppenheimer? Oppenheimer is the person who has prepared this atom bomb. Atom bomb. Where was it from? First, in Japan. In Japan it was from during the Second World War. When this particular task was given to Oppenheimer by the President of America, that here is the team and you have to head this team and your task is to prepare an atom bomb and conduct an explosion here in the United States of America to see how powerful it is. Then Oppenheimer was given the assistance of 4 other scientists. The next day, Oppenheimer went to the President of America and he submitted a leave application. He said, I want 6 months leave. Then President of America was surprised. Yesterday itself I had given this person a task of making a atom bomb, and today he comes and asks for 6 months leave. Then he asked, why do you want to go on 6 months leave? I have given you a very important task. Then Oppenheimer says, this 6 months I want to go to India. The president was surprised. You are in America and you want to go to India. Why? He asked. Then he said, I need a lot of courage to do this project. I mean, for the first time in the world, an atom bomb is being made and it is being tested. For that, I need a lot of courage. If I have to have that much of courage, the only place where I can get this courage is India. So, he came to India and he learned Sanskrit and he read Bhagavad Gita, and after 6 months he went back to America and there he conducted this atom bomb test. I mean, this is what I wanted to tell you, that people like Oppenheimer, they came to our country to pick up courage. That is the greatness of this land. That is the greatness of this land, our mother India. So people from all over the world have picked up so many qualities from our country. In such a great country, we are all living. So first and foremost thing is, we should love our country. We should have pride for our country. We should feel proud of your country, that you are so fortunate that you have born in a country like India. Somebody was mentioning the 19th century belongs to British, the 20th century belongs to Americans. They said the 21st century belongs to Indians. Now we are in the 21st century. And we are born in India. Now the 21st century is going to be ours. If you want to make this 21st century ours, people like you, the children and the youth, they have to come forward and make this country big. What happened to Japan in the year 1945? After the dropping of atom bomb in Hiroshima and Nagasaki, the entire Japan was devastated. I mean, the entire country was in shambles. Then the youth in that country, children in that country have decided, let us all come together and let us make our nation the greatest nation in the world. So they decided and they did it. Now you see, Japan is one of the most developed countries in the world. Why? Because the students and the youth in the country have decided to make the country great. If the students and the youth decide that they want to make their country great, the country becomes great. So here is an opportunity for all of us to make our mother India the greatest country in the world. Let us do our bit of job, and inculcate such values in us so that when you become a great support to you, and when you have free time also, spend your time reading good books. Learn something about the great personalities of the country like Swami Vivekananda, Ramakrishna, and so many great people, Mahatma Gandhi, so many great people have born in this great country. You read their books, their biographies, autobiographies, and get inspired. That type of fire should be there in all of you, that I have born in this country and I'll make my country great. That is the type of fire it should be there in your belly, and you should see that I'll make my country great. That is the type of attitude and that is the type of mindset you people should have. Then only our country can become the great country. Have the concept of serving the society. Have the concept of having empathy. If something happens to somebody, immediately you should react. If something that you see on a road, immediately you should react. If you find a small paper outside, you should pick it up and put it in the dustbin. These are the small things which you pick up in your life that is going to help you in future. what they are teaching you, what this great institution is teaching you is only that. So with all these things, you acquire knowledge. You acquire knowledge. I was reading a book written by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. It is called You Are Unique. It's one of the beautiful books which I have read so far. It's called You Are Unique by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. I recommend, I think definitely this book may be there in your library. All of you should read these books. It is written in a very, very simple language and it gives you a lot of fire in it. What Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam says is, you acquire knowledge. Don't acquire only literacy, but you acquire knowledge. What I was talking about, education was that acquire knowledge. What is knowledge also, he says? The knowledge what you acquire should make you more creative. More creative. In that he gave an example of Thomas Alva Edison, who has invented this bulb. He failed several times in making this bulb, but he kept on trying that and finally he invented the bulb. That type of creativity you should have. You children have so many ideas. Whenever you get a good idea, write it down on a piece of paper or in your notebook. When Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam went to a school addressing children like you, one child stood up and asked, "Sir, we read it in the newspaper that there were floods in Bihar which killed so many people, but we don't have water to drink. When there is excess water there in Bihar, why don't you bring all that water to our place so that we can quench our thirst?" Then suddenly he realized, here is a girl who is thinking in a different, out of the box, who is thinking in a different manner. She is thinking that the water there, excess water there can be brought here. Then they constituted a team called for interlinking of rivers. Why not we link all the rivers in the country so that when there are floods in one place, that excess water will come on to the places where there is no water. See, who has given this idea? It is children like you. It is a child like you who has given the idea, which has brought a change in the policy of the government. So you have tremendous potential. That's what I came here to tell you. Don't think that you are a student of 6th standard or 10th standard, but you are a natural thinker. You have a lot of potential in you. Make use of that potential and have creativity in your life. Creativity in your life. Learn something which makes you a righteous person in your life. Tomorrow, if you go to a particular office or you become an officer in an office, if somebody offers you so much of money also, your inner conscience should be so strong that I am here to help people. I am not here to make money like this. That is the type of knowledge which you should acquire. And the knowledge which you are acquiring should make you courageous. You should be courageous in your life. Let whatever may be the trouble, let whatever may be the difficulties, but I will not deviate from the path which I wanted to go. Whatever may be the trouble, I may be put to trouble, I may be given so many difficulties, but still, once I have selected a path, I will not deviate from that. That is the type of courage you all should develop. That type of knowledge you should acquire. In that book, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam also says how you can acquire such a knowledge. Number one, he says, respect your teachers. Number two, he says, respect your parents. Make good friendships and read good books. These are the simple things what Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam advises you to become the greatest citizens of this country. Respect your parents, respect your teachers, respect the elders, then read good books and make good friendships. If you make all these things, the education what you are getting is phenomenal and you are really getting the education here and you are going to be the best citizens of this country and you are all going to make this country great. And APJ Abdul Kalam sir says, by the year 2020, all countries should say that the greatest country on this earth is India and the best people in the world are Indians. Are you ready to make this? Are you ready to make this? Yes. This should be the spirit. we should have that much of spirit to see that my country will be the best country in this world. Whatever may be the difficulties, but I will face my challenges and I will go towards my goal. So I wish you all the best. While going, I call 3 students here so that 3 students, whoever want to come, they can come here. Any 3 students. I don't ask very difficult questions. Because I have forgotten whatever I have learned in my school and college. Whatever is remaining with me is the set of values what my teachers and my parents have inculcated in me. Very difficult questions I never ask. Any 3 students, you should be so courageous. I thought all 1,000 people will be here. I am asking you to get only 3. Come on, anybody. Come. Yeah, please come. Another 2. Come. Very good. These are the type of children what I want, who will say that we are ready. I mean, we can face the situation. We can face the situation. There is no problem. One more. Yes, come on. Come. Don't worry. I mean, come, please. Very nice. Yeah, what's your name? Sahiti Prakarsha. You are from which place? Visakhapatnam. Sahiti Prakarsha is from Visakhapatnam. Which part of Visakhapatnam you stay? Murali Nagar. So Sahiti Prakarsha stays in Visakhapatnam in Murali Nagar. What is your father's name? Now, if I go to Visakhapatnam, Murali Nagar, I ask about Sahiti Prakarsha. Everybody says, oh, Sahiti Prakarsha, we know she is Mr. Muralidhar Rao's daughter. Murali Nagar, Ramanamurthy. So they will say that she is daughter of Ramanamurthy. What do you want to become, Sahiti, in your life? What is your life ambition? Astronaut. See, I mean, she has an idea that she should become an astronaut. Do you know who is another astronaut from our country who has got very good laurels? Pardon? I didn't get it. Kalpana Chawla. Who else? Rakesh Sharma. Rakesh Sharma? Yes. So Rakesh Sharma was the person who has gone, who has gone up to the space. He has gone to the moon. He did not land, but he was there on that mission. Then who is the other person? Who is your other person? Kalpana Chawla? And Sunita Williams. So these are the persons. So tomorrow, if there is going to be an objective question for all of you. Name the best Indian astronauts in the world. So the objective questions will be A. Sunita Williams, B. Rakesh Sharma, C. Kalpana Chawla, D. Sahiti Prakarsha. And the answer to that question is going to be D, not ABC. So she is going to surpass the record set by all the 3 people, Sunita Williams, Kalpana Chawla and Rakesh Sharma. On that day, if you go to Murali Nagar in Visakhapatnam again, there they say Ramamurthy Garu is father of Sahiti Prakarsha. Now what is Sahiti Prakarsha? Daughter of Ramanamurthy Garu. But after achieving her goal, in that area, Mr. Ramanamurthy Garu is going to be known as father of Sahiti Prakarsha. On that day, how happy Ramanamurthy Garu will be? He will be so proud of her, his daughter. She has achieved the goal in her life. On that day, he will be so happy that he will say all the people in Murali Nagar, not only in Murali Nagar, but in Vizag and the entire country will come and will be waiting to get an appointment from Ramanamurthy Garu to find out how he has brought up his daughter. So that is the happiness you all should give to your parents. I mean, as a student, it is our first and primemost duty to make our parents very, very happy parents and also very proud parents. Are you ready to do this? Yes, every one of you has that potential. Every one of you has that potential, and you are going to definitely make your parents very, very proud. So I am very happy, Saiti. So you have already have a goal in your life, and you also have prepared the action plan to achieve this goal. And once you have a goal and once you have an action plan, you are going to achieve this. That is what is called Sankalpam, Sadhana, Safalya. Sankalpam, that means you should have a goal. Sadhana, you should practice, you should have an action plan. When you have these two things, what you are going to get is Safalya. That means the end result you are going to get. So Sahiti Prakarsha has already have that sankalp that she wants to become an astronaut. And she has already prepared the action plan. She started reading the biographies and autobiographies of all the astronauts and what they have learned and which course she should take. So everything is there in her action plan. Definitely one day she is going to be the world's best astronaut from India. That too from this school. See how happy your teachers will be, how happy you all will be to have such a student from your school. All the best to you. All the best. Very best. Best of luck to you. Yes. Second, what is your name? Ashrita. Ashrita. What is your goal? She wants to become an IAS officer. She will become an IAS officer. Not just an IAS officer. The people where she is going to serve as the IAS officer, all the people will treat her as a goddess. They never say that we are going to Ashrita with our problems. They say we are going to be a goddess because she is so committed to the people, she is going to solve all the problems. Because why do you go to God generally? When you are in difficulty, when your exams are going to be there, you go and pray the God. Give us the easiest papers, give us the best papers, let us answer in a best manner. That means you have some problem, you go to the God. That is now the practice nowadays. But generally when you have problems, you never go to the God because God is there in you. So you should realize the God in you. But nowadays we go to the God. Now the people where Ashrita is going to serve, they are going to tell her various problems in the society. And she is going to solve as if they are going to be their problems. So Ashrita is going to be the best IAS officer in this country. On that day, what happens? The principal of the school, Sri Raju Garu, will go to Ashrita's father. What is your father's name? Ramesh Garu. Ekkuntaru? Narsipatnam. So, Principal Raju Garu will go to Ramesh Garu in Narsipatnam and he will make a request. Ramesh Garu, your daughter has achieved a rare distinction and she has become a goddess. Because that is what Principal Raju Garu is going to make to Ramesh Garu. Then Ramesh Garu will call up Ashrita. The principal of our school where you have studied has come today and he wants you to be the chief guest. Then on that day, in a similar prayer hall like this, on the dais, Ashrita will be sitting. And she will be talking like me to the students who are going to be praying. You imagine the type of motivation she is going to get and the students are going to get. Because I did not study in this school. Unfortunately. Had I known this school when I was a child, definitely I would have come and studied here. Now, even though I have not studied here, the type of motivation I am getting here is phenomenal. Imagine the situation where Ashrita is going to come and address the students. The type of joy and the type of enthusiasm, the type of happiness she is going to get on that day is going to be phenomenal. Why? She has become the chief guest in her own school. So the next target, what all of you should have is, one day I'll come to my school as a chief guest. You all should become chief guests to this school, and Raju Garu should conduct every day a program like this, because you are all going to become the chief guests one day or the other. There are only 365 days in a year. So if so many of you are going to become chief guests, a day will come where he has to call 5 chief guests every day. Imagine, every day 5 chief guests coming to the school and addressing. Are you not going to be happy to be the chief guest in your school? Definitely you will be happy. You will be the most happiest person on this earth. So the second thing, desire what all of you should have is that one day